I'm Dr. Beverly Wixon, and I want to welcome you to the Abundance Boot Camp. This is week 8 of the Abundance Boot Camp. Can you believe it? Thank you so much for watching the replay. And if you are watching the replay, please give me a hashtag replay. And if you have a question, if you could start it with a Q or question marks, that would be absolutely awesome, because then I would be able to see them very easily. Now, if you have not received all the abundance in life that you want to receive, or if your life is not what you want it to be yet, you're not alone. Don't worry about it. That's the first thing to know, is you are not alone, because every single person out there has mental blocks that stop the flow of abundance, that stop them from having the life that they want to have, and leave them feeling stuck or at a plateau. And here in the Abundance Bootcamp, what we want to do is help you clear those mental blocks, change your thinking so that you can live the first class life that you want to live. Now, if you've been with me for the last 7 weeks, or if you haven't, we've talked about the 5 pillars of abundance. We've talked about clearing memories. We've talked about tracking your progress. We've talked about goal setting, the fear of negative consequences, the excuses that you make. We've talked about your energetic level and your common level. And today, it's all about watching your language. Get that soap ready. So, words, words, words. They matter. Words and phrases that you use habitually have such an impact on your thinking. And your thinking impacts your behavior and your actions. So your words do matter. If you if you're talking about money, and as you know, we always start with money because it's the easiest one to explain, honestly. If you are worried about money and you're talking about other people's prices and you're saying, "Oh, it's highway robbery," or "Oh, excuse me so much. I'm so sorry." Oh, goodness. I just sneezed earlier and I guess it all came back. If you talk about it's highway robbery, or their prices are outrageous, or oh my gosh, I can't believe they're charging that much, or you're calling them greedy, or you talk about the one percenters, or you say that somebody is dirt poor, or poor as a church mouse, or somebody's filthy rich, look at the things you're saying about your own prices. If you're worried about other people's prices, then you're having the same thoughts about your own. If you're calling them those kind of names, then why would you want to be in that category? And this goes back to a lot of the role models we had as children. I love Disney, but they screwed us up a little bit with Scrooge McDuck and Cruella de Vil and the Wicked Queen and the evil stepmother. I mean, they were the wealthy characters in these movies, and they kind of messed up our minds, and that's what we got. And if you're still saying those things, then you're still thinking it, and then you don't want to become that. Maybe you talk about money, even just the way you talk about your work and your money. If you talk about your work as working my butt off, or working for peanuts, or another day, another dollar, or another penny, or you say you're slaving away, whatever it is, if you're making those kind of comments about your job, and I'm guilty of it too. I used to say with teaching, I used to say it was really volunteer work because I was spending most of my salary. So, but those are the kind of things that keep money from coming to us. It keeps the abundance out there instead of in here. It goes back to that. Come to me, money. Come to me, come to me, come to me. Oh, no, 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 no. If you're saying that something's too rich for your blood, or money burns a hole in my pocket, or money can't buy love, money can't buy happiness, money doesn't grow on trees, money is the root of all evil, or even the love of money is the root of all evil, which is the actual quote, then you're saying terrible things about money, and why would you want it then? Your subconscious mind is then thinking, well, then why do you want money? So as it gets closer, you're pushing it away because you don't really want it. So you have to start to change all these things. And as far as the one about Love is the money. Love of money is the root of all evil. Honestly, I think that lost an awful lot in translation. Personally, I think that's talking about hoarding of money, not just loving money, because money is just energy. And what's not to love about energy? It's just energy. So it's perfectly fine to love it, but don't hoard it. So, what we want to do with this whole thing about words is first notice your language. If you say any of the things like I've just suggested or anything else, first start to notice what you say. Make a list of things that you know you say about money or about wealthy people. And that's the first step. Because if you don't know what you're saying, you can't change it. So you have to notice it first. Excuse me. So notice it first. Then the second thing I want you to do, second step, is to find new words, empowering words, positive words. You can cut certain phrases out and replace them with new ones. For instance, the phrase I'm broke, just get rid of it. As far as I can't afford that, well, can't basically means don't want to. Because if you really wanted to buy something, you could. I mean, think about it. How many times have you heard someone say they can't afford this and then they go out and buy that, which may be 3 times the price? Well, then that means they could have afforded it. I had a friend once who said she couldn't afford this new outfit that she was looking at. The next week, they bought a brand new motorhome. That motorhome cost a whole lot more than that outfit. So technically, she could have afforded it. She chose not to afford it. So don't say, I can't afford it. Say, I choose not to spend my money on that. Because when you're saying I can't afford it, you're probably also then complaining about money. Every person I've ever known who said, I can't afford, or I'm always broke, or I'm just a blank, fill in the blank, and we don't make any money, every single one of those people, including myself, because I did it, complained about money and the lack of it. It's perfectly fine to choose not to spend your money on something, to say, I don't want to spend that much money on this. That's perfectly fine. And it has a completely different connotation. It has a completely different feeling in your body and in your brain, as opposed to, I can't afford that. If you're talking about your business and you're a helping person and so many people are helping people and they get into this whole thing of, I don't need money, I just want to help people. Well, if you don't have any money, you can't help people, honey. So you have to come up with something better like, if I make money, I can help more people. The more money I make, the more people I can help. As money comes in, I can send energy out because it's just an energy exchange, right? So change the wording. And I'm going to be honest with you, changing any habit takes time, practice, and patience. But the more you practice, the easier it gets. You'll start to catch yourself saying those words like can't afford or greedy bitch. And then you'll change it. And as you catch yourself saying it and you change it, the more often that happens, the less and less you'll say those negative words. Third step is count your blessings. If you do not have a gratitude practice, please start one. Very simply, every morning, start your day by naming 5 or 10 things that you're grateful for. And add why you're grateful for them. So often when I say, what are you grateful for? People go, oh, my family. But then when I ask them why, there's a pause, a long pause sometimes. I'm grateful for my family because right now they're helping me get through this virus and this pandemic and the isolation. But if you don't even have that, it can be something simple like, I'm grateful for oxygen so I can breathe because that's what helps me stay alive. I'm grateful for being able to walk outside so I can stay grounded and see the world. I'm grateful for my vision, no matter what it is, so I can see the beauty of this world. And I say that because my vision is like 2040, so, or 2050, I don't even know anymore. But I can still see the beauty of the world. And I'm very grateful for that. Thank you for another day of living so that I can help more people. It can be simple. And if you do already have a gratitude practice like that, add another one. One of my favorites is every night I end my day with, what was the best thing that happened about today? And that allows me to reflect over the day and say thank you for all the wonderful things that did happen. And for the best one, I get to say thank you, thank you, thank you. So if you don't have a gratitude practice, please start one. And if you do have one, add another. The more grateful you are, the more abundance will flow to you. And the fourth step, this is a simple 4-step process. Remember, step 1 was notice your words. Notice what you're saying. 2 was find some more empowering thoughts, more empowering positive phrases. 3rd step was gratitude. The 4th step is to shut down those negative thoughts. Whenever you catch yourself saying one of those things like I can't afford, just slap your hand. Or if you want, I used to wear a rubber band and I would pop myself with it. Any kind of pattern interrupter there. Or you can just, tweak your nose, whatever. If you have friends or family that you want to involve in this, you can ask them if they catch you saying it to stop you. A friend of mine, that's how she stopped. She made the mistake of saying in front of my mother one day, saying something about, well, when you're getting old, because I'm old now. And my mother just looked at her and went, excuse me? So does that mean I should be dead? And my mother said, I don't ever want to hear you say that or hear that you have said it. Or I'm going to drive over to St. Petersburg and tell you off. So she did. She quit saying it. And I heard her say it, I think, one time after that. And I said, do you want me to tell my mama? And she said, no, I didn't mean to say it. I didn't mean to say it. She had to involve a couple of other people to help her with it, but she no longer says that she's getting old. You especially don't want to say that around someone who's older than you. So that's the 4 steps. Now, if you want to do this about weight, because we do have the 5 pillars, it's the same thing. I can't lose weight. My body is just made this way. You can change. Again, can't means don't really want to. So change it to I can lose weight, it's just slow. Or, well, I could lose weight if I chose to do whatever. Think about the words that you say about other people. Do you call thin people skinny mini? Do you talk about people who are thinner as negative things? Twiggy, or Twiggy from the 60s? Or do you say they look like a twig, they're going to blow away? Well, then why would you want to become that if those are the comments you're saying? So again, check your language, choose better language, choose better phrases. It's okay to be thin. It's okay to be medium-sized, whatever it is that you're wanting to get to. It might be, I'll have more energy. If I'm this, I'll have more energy if I weigh this amount. It's safe for me to weigh this amount. Again, count your blessings and catch yourself when you're saying it. If you're talking about your social status or your number of friends, same type thing. If you're saying something like, well, people only have 1 or 2 good friends in their lives, well, then expect that that's probably all you're going to have in your life is 1 or 2 good friends, because you're saying that. So it all comes down, no matter what you're working on, whether it's your money, whether it's your social status and your social circle, whether it's your physical condition, unless there is a medical reason that you have a physical condition or whatever, there are those situations that you can't just verbalize it into. But if it's something like just simply losing weight or changing your arms or changing your hair or changing the toning of your body, you can change it by changing your words, because it's the words that have to change first, then the thoughts come, then the actions come. If you try to do it in reverse order, you can make it work, but it's harder and it may not last as long. So give it a shot. Because remember, you're not alone. That's the important thing. You're not alone. We have all done this. We are all still doing this because none of us are perfect. So we're all works in progress. We're all working toward the same goals to live the best life we can. Remember, everybody has those mental blocks that stop the flow of abundance and keep you feeling stuck. I hope you've learned a few things in here to clear those blocks, change your thinking so that you can create that first class life. And if you're interested, I have a live round of the Abundance Bootcamp starting right after Labor Day, where we'll not only learn these lessons, but you'll also have a community, and you'll have me coming in every week to talk to you more about it, not just to go through the lesson, but to talk to you more about it. And if you're interested in that, just go to BeverlyWixon.com. BeverlyWixon.com, and you'll see all about it. And I hope that you'll join me in the boot camp to go for a live session, which will be about 8 weeks long. And the thing is, once you're in there for life. So you can do it time and time again. And every time it's going to change, because you'll be in there as it continues to evolve and change, because that's what life does. It continues to evolve and change, so that you can clear your blocks, change your thinking, and create your very own version of your first class life. Thanks a whole bunch for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.